Hey, do you heard before thrashing an operating system?
Hey, of course I did. It is a state which the CPU less productive.
So is it related to page faulty?
Yes, the system spend more time in shuttling page between main and secondary memory due to frequent page faults.
That means if any process does not have the sufficient number of frames to support the active page will cause thrashing?
No, it's not. At the point that the pages needed to be quickly replaced immediately upon the page fault, this high paging activity process is called thrashing.
There may be a situation to make space for swapping the required page. One of the frequently accessed pages is swapped out. Soon the page that is swapped out again results in page fault. Thus, a series of page fault occur which in consequence several processes running the same time caused memory overcommitted and lead to thrashing.
How to overcome thrashing? Reduce the number of active apps running in background. Upgrade the RAM size so that computer have additional memory to perform multitasking. Replace those heavy memory program with less memory-intensive program. Alter the size of swap file so that the OS attempts to retrieve the page and swap it with one of the pages in RAM.
Original thought on thrashing in OS. At first, my thought in thrashing in OS is the rapidly changing data of a computer's virtual memory, which excludes most application-level processing from process. It can cause stuttering in computer. Systems suffer from bleeding due to insufficient memory, corrupted system swap file.
Technique handle thrashing in OS. First is working set model, second is page fault frequency.
What is working set model? Defines a set of referenced pages with the localities to which they belong. By calculating the length of working sets for each process, we do find the total demand. D. Let F be total number of frames available in main memory. Total demand more than number of frames available represents at least one process thrashing. Total demand more than number of frames available represents no thrashing. If demand is significantly less than frames available, then new process is needed to increase the degree of multi-programming.
How do page fault frequency works?
This method comparing page fault rate with upper bound and lower bound. If fault rate more than upper bound, then the process needs more frames to control this rate.
If no frame available, this process can be suspended until sufficient no frames available.
You're right. How about a fault rate less than upper bound?
Means we have enough frames for a process.
The problem associated with thrashing is the high page fault rate, which indicates the process has too few frame allocated to it. Reducing active apps running background is the best way to overcome thrashing. Thrashing can be detected by comparing the level of CPU utilization versus level of multi-programming.